Good afternoon all, welcome to a new class session. Today we are going to discuss the 12th live course material. So good afternoon everyone. Yes, good afternoon. So let's start discussing the questions one by one. Here today in this session also we are discussing 10 word problems from different topics. So let's start discussing the questions one by one. I am not wasting the time. Listen carefully. So your first question, and I am providing 35 seconds for new students. We will provide 35 seconds for each question. Try to solve it and try to give your answer within that time period. So I will give you 35 seconds. Yes, good afternoon, Devi, Arya, Mahira. Yes, Arya Menon, good afternoon. So what I said is I will provide you 35 seconds. Within that time, try to solve the question. Okay. So your first question and your 35 seconds time starts now. Yes, time up, answer please. Once again, good afternoon all. So answer. Yes. So this is a public video, so you can watch this video through our YouTube channel also, that is ICD Kollam. Okay. Of course, it is live for our students through our application. At the same time, this video is public. So yes, Devi answered it as option number 3. Okay, 4,000. Yes, in the backend application also, I am getting plenty of comments. S3. Okay, right. So I am explaining this. You know how to solve compound interest question. Anju Thomas answered as option number 5. I think it is wrong. So please do it carefully, or try to solve it again. Try to check if there is any calculation mistake. Okay. So I am explaining the question. Listen carefully. The difference between the compound interest and simple interest on rupees X at 8.5% per annum for 2 years is 28.90. The value of X is. Listen, this is a compound interest question. Yes. The difference between compound interest and simple interest. When we are dealing with compound interest, simple interest question, and if you need to find the difference of the interest, of course, for compound interest we know that we can apply the Pascal's triangle frame, that is 1 to 1, 1, 3, 3, 1 like that. If that idea is not clear, you can watch our recorded video. We explained that idea in our recorded video session. That's an easy method to find the answer for the questions based on compound interest. So listen carefully. Here the difference between the compound interest and simple interest on rupees X at 8.5% per annum for 2 years. Since it is for 2 years, we know that our frame will be 1 to 1, correct? If it is 1 to 1 and clearly given the difference between the interest is 28.9. First of all, I am going to find the interest in terms of the principal. If I am assuming the principal as 100, I am going to find the answer. Listen carefully. Yes. If this 1 corresponds to 100, that is a principal, we need to find the interest, and the rate is clearly given as 8.5. 8.5 in fraction we can write as 17 by 2, right? That's an easy way. So simply I will write like this, listen carefully. If you write 1 to 1 and if we know the interest, then we will consider if our principal as 100 and if the rate is R, then here we need to consider R and here we need to consider the square R square by 100. This is the frame, right? So here also I am using this frame, listen carefully. If this is 100 and if the rate is 8.5, 8.5 percentage of 100, that is 8.5, so I am writing it as 17 by 2, right? And after that, this is the rate, and for that 8.5 percentage of that value. So we can write like if R and in this next step if we write R square by 100, so here we need to consider 17 square, that is 289 by 100, right? Already there is a 2 here, the square of 2 is 4, so 4 into 100, that is 400. So this is the way we need to write, right? That you know. After that we need to find the difference between simple interest and compound interest. We know that the whole, this value, the sum of on multiplying and on summing, we will get this as the compound interest, right? Because this is the principal value. And we know that the simple interest will be this one. And if we need to find the difference, yes, the whole it is compound interest, and if this is a simple interest, and the difference will be this one. So 1 into 289 by 400. So 289 by 400. 1 into 289 by 400, that is the difference. So this corresponds to 28.9 in the given question, correct? And what we need to find? We need to find the value for x. Value of x, that's a principal that we assumed it as 100. So 100 will give the answer, right? So I am applying broken chain. So 28.9 into 100 divided by, yes, 289 divided by 400. Divided by 400. I am taking that 400 to the numerator. So into 400. Yes, after that, in order to cancel this, if I am dividing this with 10, then it becomes 289, right? Then we can easily cancel this 289 and 289. After that, I can cancel this 0 and this 0. So 400 into 10. So we can say that the final answer, it is 4000. So for this question, the answer is option number 3, 4000 answer. So in the YouTube backend, I am getting less number of comments as answer. Only 4 answered it. Devi, Anchana, Arya and Shalini. In the backend, it's okay. Okay. Anju Thomas, it is correct. Gauri, it is correct, very good. Archana, Sudhi, correct. But others answered it as option number 5. So please check it. The answer is option number 3, that is rupees 4000. Okay. So I am moving on to the next question. Again 35 seconds and your time starts now. Yes, time up. Answer. It's an easy question to find. These type of questions are commonly asked for SSC examination at the same time. These questions are asked for bank examination also, but commonly we can see these type of questions for SSC, CHSL or CGL examination type 1. So be careful while solving this question, and this is very easy to find. So answer. Yes, Anchana, Anchana, it is correct, very good. So in the back end, the YouTube session, I am not getting the correct, no one is commenting. The concurrent viewers are comparatively less, right? But in the back end it is okay. So those who are watching the video through our application, mobile application, of course you can watch this video through our YouTube channel also. Okay. So moving on to the Next question. So I am answering this, listen carefully. So to solve this question, I am reading this. If root x plus 1 by root x is equal to root 6, then x square plus 1 by x square is equal to, listen, to find this, an if condition is given. So using this frame we need to find the answer for the question. First of all, I am solving like this. First of all, I am going to avoid this square root. To avoid this square root, I need to square both sides. So I am squaring both sides. As a result of that, this becomes a plus b the whole square, right? A plus b the whole square is equal to a square. That means root x the whole square. Root x the whole square, it is x, plus b square. B square, that is 1 by root x the whole square. 1 by root x the whole square will be 1 by x, correct? So a square plus b square plus 2ab, that is 2 into root x into 1 by root x. So 2 into root x into 1 by root x means since it is into, we can cancel it, then it becomes 2. 2 into root x into 1 by root x, then it will be 2, right, which is equal to square root of 6 the whole square. On cancelling square and square root, it will be 6, correct? So we can say that x plus 1 by x, this will be, on taking this 2 to the right hand side, then 6 minus 2, it is 4, correct? After that, I need to find x square plus 1 by x square frame. For that, I am squaring this frame. On squaring, yes, x plus 1 by x the whole square is equal to 4 square. So x plus 1 by x the whole square is equal to a plus b the whole square again. So a square plus b square plus 2 into a into b, 2 into x into 1 by x and x cancel out, so 2, which is equal to 4 square 16. So finally we will get the frame, that is x square plus 1 by x square is equal to, I am taking this 2 to the right hand side, so 16 minus 2, the final answer will be 14. So for this question, the answer is option number 2, 14 answer. Okay, right. So I am moving on to the next question. I hope this idea is clear, right? So next question, 35 seconds and your time starts now. Time up. Answer please. Yes, please answer. Okay. Okay. So I am explaining this question, listen carefully. The back end I am getting different option numbers. Okay, I am explaining this, listen carefully. The price of sugar is increased by 22%. A person wants to increase his expenditure by 12% only. By what percent should he decrease his consumption near to 1 decimal place? We need to find the percentage, right? Here we just need to find only the percentage. So I am framing like this. Listen carefully. Here, by what percent should he decrease his consumption? That means initially he buys some quantity and he need to reduce his consumption rate, right? So for that, listen. First of all, I am assuming that normally his consumption is 10 kg. He consumed 10 kg sugar, and at that situation the price was only rupees 100. This was my assumed initial condition. Clearly given that the price of the sugar is increased by 22%, means initially it was 100. If it increased by 22%, now the price will be 122. A person want to increase his expenditure by 12% only, but he can spend only 12% with respect to the previous. So that means initially it was 100 and he can spend only up to rupees 112. That's the meaning, because expenditure by 12% only, clearly given. By what percent should he decrease his consumption? Listen carefully. Normally we need to think like this. The first condition is that normally for this 122, when considering the present condition, for this 122 he will get 10 kg, right? In order to buy this 10 kg, he need to pay rupees 122, but he is not spending that much amount. He can spend only 112 rupees. So for this 112 rupees, the quantity that he can purchase, the quantity of sugar. So we are applying broken chain. So 10 into 112 divided by 122. Solving this, S cancelling with 2 5 times and 6 times. Here it is 61. So 56 into 10 divided by 61, you will get this as 9.18. So for this amount he can buy only 9.18 kg. And what we need to find? We need to find what percent should he decrease. So we need to find the percent decrease in the quantity. Initially it was 10. If it decreased by 9.18 kg, so the percentage decrease, that is the difference of the given two. So it is 0.82 kg with respect to, since it is percentage decrease, the with respect to will be the smaller number. So we can write like it is 10 is what percentage, correct? So I am cancelling these two zeros. So 0.82 into 10, which is equal to 8.2%. That means 8.2% decrease in the consumption. So for this question, the answer is option number 3, 8.2% answer. Okay, many answered in a wrong way. So for this question, the answer was option number 3. Okay, I hope it is clear for all. I want to know whether this is clear. Please write if this is clear. Okay, so I am moving on to the next question. So thank you. So I am moving on to the next question. Listen. Fourth question at 35 seconds and your time starts now. Yes, time up. Answer please. So for this question, many of you have the doubt regarding the volume of the formula for the volume of the frustum. You know, frustum, when we cut the top portion of a cone, the remaining portion look like this. If we consider a cone, if we cut the top portion, right, after that the remaining portion look like a frustum, and this is a frustum. So we need to find the volume. To find the volume, there is a formula right there, right? So using that frame, that we need to find the answer. So I am explaining this, listen. So for a frustum, yes, two circle bases are there. First one, this is a smaller circle and this one is a larger circle base, and this is the height between these two bases. If I am assuming that the small radius has small letter r and the capital radius has capital R, and this is the slant height and this will be the h. Okay, I am reading this. The radii of two circle faces of the frustum of a cone of height 21 cm are 3 cm and 2 cm respectively. What is the volume of the frustum of the cone in centimeter cube? Okay, use pi is equal to 22/7, clearly given. Okay, the radii of the two circular faces of frustum of a cone of height 21. That means this h is clearly given as 21, and the radius is 3 cm and 2 cm. 3 cm, that is the larger one, so I am considering this as 3 cm, and 2 cm, this is a smaller radius, so 2 cm, correct? And we know that for a frustum, the volume formula is 1/3 pi h into capital R square, that means the radius of the larger base, plus small r square plus capital R into small r. If you know this frame, we can easily substitute it and find the answer, right? So I am substituting it, listen carefully, which is equal to 1/3 into pi. It is clearly given that we should substitute pi is equal to 22/7 into height, it is 21, into capital R square, that means R it is 3, 3 square it is 9, plus small r square, 2 square it is 4, plus capital R into small r, that means 3 into 2, 6. So which is equal to, yes, 7 3 times, and I am cancelling these two 3's, so 22 into 9 plus 6 15 plus 4 19. So 22 into 19 will give the answer, that is 22 into 19, right? 9 2s are 18, 1, 18 plus 2 20, so 1, so 4. So we can say that which is 418 centimeter cube. So for this question, the answer is option number 4, 418 centimeter cube, answer. Okay, correct? Right, okay. So moving on to the next question, question number 5, and your time starts now. Time up. Again another question from compound interest. Okay, answer please. Okay. Again, I am getting different option numbers. So I am solving this. Listen, listen. A sum of rupees 7,500 amounts to rupees 8,748 after 2 years at a certain compound interest rate per annum. What will be the simple interest on the same sum for 3/5 years at double the earlier interest rate? Double the earlier interest rate. Very important. So from the first condition, the rate is unknown, right? So we should find the rate. Using that rate, we need to find the simple interest. Clearly given that we need to take double the rate of the previous one for simple interest. So first of all, using this frame, we know that amount by principal is equal to 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to n. That we know. Correct. Initially it was amount A is equal to P into 1 plus r by 100 the whole raised to n. I am taking that P to the left hand side, that becomes amount by principal, right? So listen carefully, I am considering the amount, this was the principal and this is the amount, right? So 8748 divided by principal, that is 7,500 is equal to 1 plus, rate is unknown, that is what we need to find, r by 100 the whole raised to, clearly given that for 2 years, right? I am cancelling and solving this. Yes, cancelling with 12, it is 729 and here this is 625, correct? So on taking the, in order to avoid the square, I need to square root both sides. As a result of that, 1 plus r by 100 becomes square root of this one. Square root of 729, that is 27, divided by square root of 625, that is 25. So this is the ratio of amount and principal, right? After that, we need to find this r. So I am taking this one to this side, left hand side, or we can say that 27 by 25 minus 1 is equal to r by 100, correct? Listen, on crossing 27 minus 25, it is 2. 2 divided by 25 is equal to r by 100, or we can say S25 4 times. So r by 4 is equal to, or r is equal to S. We got it as 8%. So finally we got the rate, and we need to find the interest, right? Interest for simple interest, I is equal to PNR by 100. P, we know that it is 7,500. Time period, clearly given that 3/5. 5 fours are, it is a mixed fraction, we need to make it improper. 5 fours are 20, 23. So 23 by 5, correct? PNR, rate, we got the rate as 8, we need to take the double of that value, so it is 60. So solving this, S5, 15, so 1,500 into 23 into 16. So as a result of that, you will get this as 5,520. So for this question, the final answer, it is option number 2, 5,520 answer. Okay, good. Correct. Arya, Anshita, Mahira, and plenty of comments are coming. Okay. Anyway, very good. Next question. Question number 6. 35 seconds and your time starts now. Yes, time up, answer please. Okay. Ruchik, Anarkha. Okay. Again there is a good delay for the reply. So I am solving this. Listen carefully. If a plus b is equal to 5 and ab is equal to 3, then a cube plus b cube is equal to, right? First of all, we should remember this frame. What is a cube plus b cube? These questions are important for competitive examination. So you need to remember, or you need to by heart this frame. That is, a cube plus b cube is equal to a plus b into a square minus ab plus b square. Remember this frame. Okay. Then after that, if condition given, a plus b is given as 5 and ab is given as 3. So a plus b, for a plus b we can substitute 5, and for this ab we can substitute 3. But there is a square plus b square is there, right? So what I am going to do is, I am going to frame this one in a frame such that I can write it as sum and product of AB. So for that, listen, I need to write like this, and I will explain it clearly. Listen carefully. We know that a plus b, this is a plus b, no change for that. A plus b the whole square, we know that a plus b the whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square, right? So a square plus 2ab plus b square. So plus 2ab is there in this frame. Plus 2ab, I put an additional minus 3ab, because plus 2ab minus 3ab, that is ab. That ab is already here. Then we know that a square plus b square. A square is here, b square is there. After that, the problem is minus ab. Instead of minus ab, I need to write like this. We know that a plus b the whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. So plus 2ab is there. To balance that, I need to write minus 3ab, because then only plus 2ab minus 3ab becomes minus ab, in order to make it equal to this frame, right? So I framed in a way such that the sum of the two numbers and product of two numbers is there. After that, what we need to do? We need to substitute a plus b is equal to 5. So this becomes 5, and this becomes 5 square minus 3 into ab is 3. As a result, the frame becomes this. So a plus b 5, a plus b the whole square 5 square, which is 25, minus 3 into ab is 3. 3 into 3, that is 9. So 25 minus 9. 25 minus 9, we know that it is 16. 16 into 5. 10 times 16, that is 160. Half of 160, that is 80. So for this question, the answer is option number 3, 80. Answer. Okay, good. So moving on to the next question. Question number 7, and your time starts now. Time up. Answer. Okay. Okay, I am explaining this. Listen. In a constituency, 40% of the voters are senior citizens, 40% of the senior citizen voters are illiterate, and 25% of the non-senior citizen voters are literates. By what percent is the number of literate senior citizen voter less than that of illiterate non-senior citizen voters? By what percentage? Since it is percentage, of course we can find the answer, and we can assume some values to find the answer for the question, right? So I am assuming like this. In a constituency, total 100 voters are there, right? Out of 100, 40% voters are senior citizens. So out of 100, 40 are senior citizens. I am writing it as S. Then for sure the remaining 60, it will be non-seniors, correct? So I am writing it as NS. Then after that 40% of the senior citizen voters are illiterate. So 40% of senior citizen. So out of this 40% of this 40% of this 40, it will be 16, right? So 16 voters are illiterates. Illiterates, I am writing it as I. If 16 are illiterate, then we can say that literate will be 40 minus 16. 40 minus 16, that is 24. So 24 literates are there. So this is literate. Similarly, and 25% of the non-senior citizens are literates. So 25% of non-senior. So if we consider this as 60, 25% of non-seniors. So non-seniors 25% means 60, 25% means we know that it is 1 by 4. So on cancelling, for 1 times, 5 times, 15. So are literate, clearly given. 25% of non-senior citizens are literate. That means 15 are literate. Out of 60, if 15 are literate, then illiterate 45. Correct. These all values are based on our assumed 100. Remember that. Okay. And what we need to find, by what percent is the number of literate senior citizen? Number of literate senior citizen, that is 25, less than the illiterate non-senior. Illiterate non-senior, that is 45. So this 24 is what percentage less than 45? What percentage less? We know the frame, we need to take the difference. So 45 and 24, the difference it is 21, divide by. Since it is percentage less, the with respect to will be the larger number. So divide by 45 is what percentage? On solving, you will get the final answer as 46, 2 by 3. So for this question, the answer is option number 4, 46, 2 by 3 percentage. Answer. Good. Many answered correctly. Very good. So I hope this session is clear. If you want to note this, please pause the video and note the content that is clearly given. Okay. Right. Moving on to the next question. 35 seconds and your time starts now. Time up. Answer please. Yes, I am explaining this, question number 8. In a class of 80 students, the ratio of the urban to rural is 5:3. In a test, the average score of the rural student is 40% more than that of the urban students. If the average score for all the students is 69, then what is the average score for the rural student? So we need to find the average. So they are dealing with the average. They are connecting the rural and urban and they are giving the weighted average of that. So if that is a condition, we know that we can apply the method of alligation. So here I am using the method of alligation to find the answer. Clearly given that total 80 students are there. And the ratio of urban to rural, that means 5:3, clearly given. So if I am writing urban here and rural here, the students count splitting ratio, it is clearly given as 5:3, that we should write as the ratio, right, 5:3. After that, the score is clearly given. In a test, the average score of the rural student is, so they are comparing urban and rural, the average score of rural students is 40% more than that of urban. If I am assuming that the average score for urban is 100, then for rural it will be 140. If I am considering that as the ratio, then it is 5:7, or we can say like this, if the average score of urban is 5x, then for rural it will be 7x. And what we need to find? We need to find the average score for the rural. That means we need to find this 7x. So to find that 7x, we need to find the value for x, right? Clearly given that the net average score for all the students, that means that 80 is clearly given as 69. So average of both is clearly given as 69. On alligating, we will get the frame, right? On comparing these three numbers, we know that this is the larger number. So we need to frame like this. This difference is 5 and this difference is 3. So this difference, that is 7x minus 69 divided by that difference, we know that this is 5, and this difference, when we compare these two, this is the larger one, so 69 minus 5x, that is 3. That ratio is given. Crossing, on solving this, on crossing, 7x is 21x minus 207, 69 into 3, which is equal to 69 into 5, that is 345 minus 5 is minus 25x, correct? On arranging, it becomes 46x. On taking that x to the left hand side, 21x plus 25x, that is 46x. On taking this minus 207 to the right hand side, then 345 plus 207, which is equal to 552, right? So on cancelling 46 and 552, we will get the value for x as 12. So we got the value for x 12, and what we need to find? We need to find this 7x. So 7 into 12, we know that 12 into 7, that is 84. So for this question, the rural average score, rural student average score is 84. So the answer is option number 4, 84 answer. Okay, answered correctly, good. Moving on to the next question, question number 9, and your time starts now. Answer please. Rectangular park. Okay. Ruchik answered as option number 4. Anju Thomas, okay. Shalini, Ruchik retracted that. Shalini Srikumar answered as option number 4. Okay, it's an easy question, right? It's very easy to find. If you know the perimeter formula and if you know the area for rectangle, we can easily find the answer. I am explaining this, listen. The length of a rectangular park is 20 meter more than its breadth if the cost of fencing the park at rupees 53 per meter is 21,200, then what is the area of the park? It is a rectangular shape, and we know that to find the area we need to find L into B. If I am assuming the length as L and the breadth as B, then the area is L into B. So we require the value of L and B, right? Clearly given that the length of the rectangular park is 20 meter more than its breadth. That means the length is 20 meter more than breadth, correct? Okay. After that, if the cost of fencing the park at rupees 53 per meter, so clearly given that we need to pay 53 rupees for 1 meter. Fencing means we need to consider the perimeter, right? When we consider fencing, we should consider the perimeter. So clearly given that we need to pay 53 rupees for 1 meter, and they paid 21,200. That means that much measurement is there, is the perimeter measurement. So that is the perimeter measurement. So for that we can find it very easily. That means if we pay 53 rupees for 1 meter, then this much amount is paid for how much meter? How many meter? So 21,200 divided by 53, correct? And 53, it is 4 times 212, so 400 meter. So we clearly got the perimeter of that fence, that is 400 meter, that rectangular fencing. So we know that for rectangle the perimeter frame is 2 into L plus B, which is equal to 400. We need to find the area. For that we require the length and breadth measurement. Still we didn't got the length or breadth, so for that we need to use this frame. So 2 into, instead of L I can write 20 plus B, right? So 20 plus B plus B, so 20 plus B means 2B, which is equal to 400. Yes, 2 on cancelling it is 200. Then 2B, I am taking this plus 20 to the right hand side, then 200 minus 20, 180. On cancelling, B is 90. So we got breadth is equal to 90. If breadth is 90, then we can say that 20 plus 90, that will be 110. So we got the length as 110 and breadth as 90. We can easily substitute it. So area is equal to length into breadth. 11 into 9, 99, plus that's 20. So 9,900. So the answer is option number 4, 9,900 meter square. So since it is meter square, right? So for this question the answer is option number 4, answer. Okay, I hope this is clear. So moving on to the last question, a very important question, that's from the topic boards and streams. Do it carefully. I will provide you 35 seconds for that. So try to solve it. 35 seconds for that particular question, and your time starts now. This is a previous year exam question, very important. Yes, answer please. It's a good question, so I am providing additional 35 seconds. Try to solve it and post your answer option number, please. Time up. Provided 70 seconds for solving, more than 1 minute. Answer please. If you feel that this is difficult to find, I will explain. Just give a try. If you feel that this question is difficult to find, post it. I will explain this question right now. Okay, I will explain. Listen. Equal distance is covered by a boat in upstream and in downstream in total 5 hours. Sum of the speed of a boat in upstream and downstream is 40 km per hour. Speed of boat in still water is 600% more than the speed of the stream. Find the approximate distance covered by boat in downstream. A very good question and an important question. It's a previous year exam question. So listen, find the approximate distance. Of course, I will use the USD method to find the answer. What we need to find the approximate distance covered by boat in downstream. So we need to find the downstream distance. We know that distance is equal to speed into time, right? So if we know the downstream speed and the downstream time, we can easily find the answer, right? For that, listen, some percentage frames are given. Of course, the sum of the speed of boat in upstream and downstream, some speed is clearly given. So I am framing this USD. Listen, we know that here we will consider the speed of upstream, downstream speed, speed of the boat in still water and speed of the stream. Clearly given that speed of the boat is in still water is 600% more than the speed of the stream. We don't know the speed of the stream. If I am assuming the speed of the stream as 1, then the speed of the stream is 600% more, means 1 plus 600 by 100. So that means we need to write it as 7. 600% more than 1. That means it is 7, right? If that is a condition, we know that upstream speed plus, if we are considering ratio, upstream speed plus speed of the stream will be the speed of the boat, right? So this will be 6 because 6 plus 1 is 7. Similarly, speed of the boat plus speed of the stream, it will be the downstream speed, that will be 8 in terms of ratio. Remember that. Okay, and clearly given that the sum of the speed of the boat in upstream and downstream is 40 km per hour. That means in ratio, the sum of upstream and downstream 8 plus 6, that is 14, right? So I am writing that 14 here. This 14 corresponds to, we know that 14 corresponds to this 40 km. So 14 corresponds to 40. Because in ratio, the sum of the speed of upstream plus downstream, 6 plus 8, because we always will consider the speed here, right? So 6 plus 8, 14 corresponds to 40. Then we need to find the downstream speed. Downstream speed, we assumed it as 6, right? So that 6, sorry, not 6, it is 8. So that 8 will be the corresponding speed for that. So I am applying Brocken chain as 7 times 2 and 4 times. So 40 into 4 by 7. That means 40 into 4, that is 160. So we got 160 by 7 as the speed of downstream speed. Next we need to find the downstream time. From this frame we know that the speed ratio of upstream is to downstream, it will be, on cancelling, yes, 3 is to 4. If that's a speed ratio, then we can easily say the time ratio. The reason why is clearly given that equal distance is covered. So distance is constant. If distance is constant, we can find the speed ratio and time ratio. When we deal with 3 terms, one should be constant to deal with the other 2 terms, right? Since here the distance is constant, I am dealing with speed and time. So if the speed ratio is 3 is to 4, then we can say that the time ratio is 4 is to 3, right? That means 4 plus 3. If the total time is 7, that 7 corresponds to the total time, clearly given that total 5 hours. So this 7 corresponds to 5 and we need to find the downstream times. So 3 corresponds to. So 7 corresponds to 5, 3 corresponds to. So 5 into 3 by 7, right? So 15 by 7. So we got the time also 15 by 7. That means the downstream time. On cancelling and on calculating, you will get this as 48 point something. You will get this as 48 point something, 48.997 like that. And what we need to find? We need to find the approximate distance. When we consider the options, approximate distance we need to find. We got as 48 point something, and closer to that, the only value here is option number 5, 50. So for this question, the answer is option number 5, 50 kilometer, approximately, right? So I hope you got the idea. You need to be careful while solving the questions based on boards and streams. So make it clear that you are watching the recorded video session. In that session, we explained all the methods for solving these type of questions in a quicker way, right? So I hope this session is clear for all. Thank you for watching the video. In the next session, I tried to add more data interpretation questions, because in the last 3 or 4 set we are discussing only word problems. So I think better we can discuss some more questions of data interpretation. So I will try to collect some more data interpretation question, and in the next session, live session, I will try to explain some more data interpretation questions. So I think up to this point that we discussed, it is clear for all. So I am winding up the class. Thank you for watching the video.